And hello everybody.
Hello everybody.
Welcome from Candid Tourists. We've gone live for the very first time on the desktop using OBS, so it's going to be a bit interesting to see what happens tonight. Very interesting. So first thing I want to do is say a big thank you to everyone who subscribed to the channel this year. I've been going for just over a year and it's been fantastic to have people come in and comment and watch the show, so a big thank you to all of you. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and I look forward to meeting and catching up with you in the new year. So the other person or other people I'd really like to thank today is Pusa Studios. Pusa Studios, P-U-S-A Studios. I hopped on and did a live chat. Well, they did a live chat today. I hopped on and there was so many people there who came along to the channel and said hi. So thank you to all of you as well. So a big shout out to Pusa Studios today because that was absolutely fantastic. So tonight,
what about the other thing?
Oh, sorry. I've brought along the other half of Candid. You might remember Jeff as the person who often...
The troublemaker.
The troublemaker in the car. And always the troublemaker.
No.
He's come armed with some champagne and we're having
salt and vinegar
chips tonight. Salt and vinegar tea. So if you hear us crunching away, you'll know why.
You shouldn't be eating while you're talking.
Probably not. It's a bit rude to eat and you talk at the same time. Yeah, that's what I used to tell the kids, but anyway. So tonight we thought we'd just maybe have a bit of a chat about some of our travels, and if you're watching and you have any questions, you want to jump on the chat. Hopefully the chat's working and you can ask away. So we've been on a few cruises.
If it's not working, just make a chat and say that it's not working. That won't work anyway.
Oh, we can't hear you because we can hear ourselves, so we'll probably just chat here anyway for about an hour or so before
Why do I look like I'm drawing red pen all over myself?
Because it's Christmas time. It could be the reflection, who knows?
It's off your hat. Mind you, can I just say, before we start, you've gone to some great expense on your Christmas decorations there, Al. It's looking beautiful behind us, hey? Look at that. You can't get any more Christmas than that.
An old sheet out of the linen cupboard and a couple of, these were the ones that Jeff used on his show last... Oh, that one nearly came off.
What show is that, Al?
That would be the Friday Frothy.
The what?
The Friday Frothy.
Not advertising anything here, but the Friday Frothy. It's a sports show on YouTube every Friday night. Myself and Glenn, good mate of mine, get on it. Sorry, go ahead.
So if you haven't seen that one, pop on over. You won't see me on that one. I'm behind
the
scenes.
You did last night.
Well, only until you told me to get off.
You tried to steal the show. Anyway, cheers. What's happening here? What are we doing? What's this all about? I'm missing the cricket. Come on.
Well, I was going to say, like, we've been on a few cruises. What number of cruises is this one coming up? 5.
In 2 years. 3 years. 2 years.
Yeah.
2, 3. I don't know.
We basically just save our asses off during the year so that we can...
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
Do we?
Yes, we do. So that we can go on some big trips together and with friends, and we're looking forward to this one. We're off to the Pacific Islands again.
Third time
to there, and twice we've been to Kangaroo Island. So, yeah, like I said, any questions about the trip over there, we're more than happy to answer any questions.
Can I start you off?
Yeah.
I haven't done a lot of holidays in my life, and probably the cruise was the biggest cruise that I did, which is, what, 3 years ago, the first one? And I was really worried because I thought I was going to be so bored because I can't sit still for 5 minutes.
No, you can't.
5 minutes, and you'll notice here I'll get fidgety, I'll have to probably leave.
It's only because the cricket's on. I'm going to make you sit here until he finishes
but this. I was amazed because I took a book on board. I don't read. I hate reading. I took a book on board with me.
You hated cruising. You hated reading.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be the holiday from hell. I honestly did. And I do like to have a froth, obviously the Friday Frothy. And I got on board, and luckily we had our great mates with us, and we met so many great people on the cruise. And I honestly can't tell you what we did. We get up in the morning and you go and have food, and then you go and have a drink, and then you go and have food, then you go and have a drink, and then you go and have food, then you go and have a drink, and then you listen to live music all day, and it's just...
So what would your favourite thing on the cruise be? Like if you look back at the ones we did, what would be some of your favourite, maybe your top 3 favourite things?
Oh geez, don't put that on me. I just love the first thing I love is because I'm a workaholic, and I get on a cruise ship and I'm going overseas and everything's paid for before you go. We always get the drink packages as well, which is
Oh, yeah.
Pretty handy for us because she likes a drink. And
That's always me, isn't it?
as soon as you get into the room, the first thing I do is I take this off.
Hang on, I can't take you seriously just yet.
Oh, sorry.
You forgot to put your Christmas hat on.
Oh. Another $1 prop.
There we go. That's better.
Crikey, look at that.
That's much better.
That goes with my red face, doesn't it? Anyway, you get into your room and you take your watch off and you take your wallet out and you turn your phone off and you put it in the safe, and that's it for 10 nights, 2 weeks, 7 days, 3 days, whatever you're doing on the cruise. You don't have to look at your phone, and I don't have to work. So
that's one of your favourite things.
That's,
the fact
that is my first.
Social media off, nothing, just.
And it's not social media; it's work. It's work.
Work and a bit of social media.
Because if I'm at home having a holiday, I'll check emails, I'll check phones, I'll answer phones while I'm on holidays for work. And when I'm on the cruise, everything's gone.
Got to switch it off.
Time doesn't matter, money doesn't matter, and the phone doesn't matter.
Right,
so that's my number one.
Getting back. I was going to say,
number two, although I like to jumble.
I know you do.
Number two, you asked me to come on. Number two would be the interaction with friends and people that you meet on a cruise ship, because they all do the same thing. There's different people on the cruise. Obviously, you've got your families who just like to hang with their family and they're not out late at night. And then you've got the next group of people, which is us. We hang around the bars. We love live music. And so do all the other people, in that group. So you get to meet these people, and they're there every night, so you get to talk to them. You end up doing trivia, and it's good fun. And then you've got the other people who just like to laze around in the sun and swim in the pool.
So your number two is the social aspect of it.
Yeah. And the third's probably just the relaxation.
Yeah.
I can go back to my room at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and have a nanny nap.
All right. So
no one cares.
No, they don't. That's the good thing. Mine would be that you only have to pack. You pack your suitcase, and as soon as you get on, it's taken to your room. As soon as you've unpacked, that's it. You don't need to be lugging that around all over the place. I really quite like the fact that it's unpacked, and you don't pack until the night before you leave. So that's good for me.
Which sucks. Packing the night before you leave.
That's pretty sad.
That's bad. That's bad time.
You really don't want to get off if you love it as much as what we do. So I like that whole ease of thing. I like the fact that you pay one price, and whilst cruising seems expensive, when you actually...
No, it's not.
When you pull apart and you sort of think over the whole, if you're doing 14 days, for instance, and it's cost you $2,000, say, for instance.
Whoa, quick maths, work it out.
I'm not going to. I've had 2 champagnes. There's no way I'm going to work the math out.
You should have done a 10-day trip. It's much easier.
Maybe, yeah. Anyway,
$140 a day. No.
Besides that, you've paid that money. When you break it down, if it's just over $100 a day, that's getting you your 3 meals plus your snacks all in between. It's usually a 3-course meal. You can go and have a 3-course breakfast and a 3-course lunch if you wanted to. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. Plus you're getting all the activities that they run during the day. So they have, and I really like the games and the trivia and bingos and bits and pieces. Excuse me. And then you have your shows at night time. So that's all included as well.
So your food.
Yep, accommodation,
travel,
shows, travel, and destinations, and
we normally get drinks as well.
Yeah, that's if it's included. So
that's what we look for.
Really, if you're looking at that per person, it's just over $110
well,
a day.
Let's say
that's pretty damn cheap.
Let's say, for example, we're in Hobart. Yeah. All right. So for us to go to a holiday on the Gold Coast, we've got to fly up, which we've got to fly anyway to get to the boat, but we've got to fly up.
And that's really expensive during holiday season. So I know when I tried to book to go to see family in December, the flights up there can be anything from $700 each way. So it's ridiculously dear.
But you can't fly to the Gold Coast and have a hotel room and have a car to drive you around to do your travel and everything. Pay for your fuel and all your food and all your drink, your accommodation for $140 a night.
Well, anywhere you go, like it doesn't matter. Every time I've travelled somewhere, if I've gone to Melbourne or Sydney or Brisbane, as soon as you hit that tarmac, you're forking money out. It's either,
Oh, I thought you were swearing then. You're forking.
You're forking money out. It's forking hell. And it's parking, and then it's tolls.
It doesn't stop out. It doesn't stop.
And then you get ripped off with your food because, you're in the major centre.
Tourism.
It's not all tourism. It's just that cities are really, really expensive.
Don't get us wrong. Holidays is good fun, but they're expensive.
And accommodation on the Gold Coast can be upwards of, well, that can be nearly $2,000 if you get a resort room.
150 to 200 bucks a night, depending on where you go.
Yeah. So anyway, that was my number one.
Oh, right.
I think that was my number one.
I'll sit back and eat my peas.
Number one was that ease. Number two was that, you're not going to be on the go all the time. And whilst I like to, I like to get out and see things. But during the cruise, you don't have to be social. You don't have to be involved in all the events. You don't have to just be laying around on the deck chairs and stuff. But you've got the options. So you can have quiet days, and then you can have days where you get together and you have a bit of a party and, go out for the night for the drinking. And I kind of like the fact that it can be that. It isn't just a constant thing all the time. We've travelled in the past where we've been all go, go, go in the car, and that gets really tiring. So there's actually time to actually sit back and relax on this. And my third thing is actually the people on the boat. And it's not the people that you meet so much. The staff.
They're great.
Absolutely love meeting and talking to the staff. Because
how good are they?
They come from all parts of the globe. And if you get, you get friendly with the staff, you get to know them, and they get to know you, it just makes your life so much easier on the boat. And it's that really nice community feel, and I really like that too. That's probably my top 3 favourite things for being on the cruise. So I quite like that. What are you up to?
I'm just having a look, see what's happening here on my tongue. Yeah.
So I'm not sure what your top 3. I'd really love to know. So if you've been on a cruise, what would be your top 3 things? If you had to name them up, what would they be? Or comment below.
If you've been on a cruise and you don't like it.
Yeah, well, what don't you like? What don't you like about it?
Because I hear that a lot from people. That people get seasick, and we're lucky. Touch wood, we haven't so far. Mind you, when people get seasick on a cruise and you don't get seasick, it's great because there's no lineups for food. No. There's no one in the restaurants. It's
what would be, and just make it fast this time. What would be your top 3?
Well, it's going to be 3.
Oh, it doesn't have to be 3.
It's going to be 1.
All right, 1. What's your one thing that you hate about cruising? One thing you hate.
Travelling to get there.
To get on this cruise?
Yeah, I mean, if you live in Sydney...
No, that doesn't count.
Oh, no, I'm just saying though.
When you're actually on the boat, what would be something that you actually hate when you're on the boat?
I know, but let me just say, if you live in Sydney or Melbourne where the cruises leave from, it's so easy. You pack your bags, you can get last minute cruises, which sometimes you can get a cruise, with everything included for $80 a night or something like that. We can't, because we've got to fly to a destination to go
and that restricts the luggage that you can take with you.
And it restricts us getting deals as well. So, what's the thing I hate on a cruise? Gee, I tell you what, there's not much. I hate how everything shuts down at midnight.
You party animal. My hate? Tendering.
Yeah.
Tendering. We've had some experiences where, on the Jewel, because we travel on the Pacific Jewel, and the very first cruise that we went on, they'd sort of tell you, if you had a ticket for one of the day trips, get down there early and they'd get you on. And then the lineups were incredible. Like getting off onto one of the islands at Lifu was nearly an hour and a half to actually get on to the island, and it was like that coming back in the afternoon. They did, however, when we were on we went to Kangaroo Island, they did that different system where they handed out a ticket.
Yeah, that was good.
And you went through the Orient Bar, got your ticket, and then you waited somewhere on the boat, and they do a call out and say, green ticket, number, whatever, your turn. And that was so much better. Because
if they don't do that and it's a 35-degree day,
it's so hot.
You've got to line up down in the bowels of the boat, and it's so hot. You just,
I feel like you're going to faint. I'm surprised they haven't had more people pass
Well, they probably have. That's why they've done it.
Possibly.
I don't know if they still do it or not, but I hope they do. Because it's a good idea.
Because when you've got 2,000 people all wanting to get off, it's nice to have a system where you can actually do that and be sensible. I'm going to try something here, Jeff. I'm going to see. I'm going to
be rooting out our chip, so this is what we do.
You can have another.
It's Christmas time, so I can get away. Hey, what's going on here?
Don't worry about what I'm doing. I'm going to get up an image. Now, I've got some images here of some holidays that we've done. I'm going to share it with everybody else on chat.
Are we just talking cruising tonight, or?
depends.
What the hell is that?
I'm just putting up a little thing here.
Right.
Right, this is a little picture. I'll share it with everyone else who's watching as well.
Well, there's no one watching.
Well, it doesn't matter. They'll come
Well, there's two watching. But
there might be people coming back later.
I think I'm one of them.
It's okay. We didn't announce this is going to happen.
No, so, this is new. This is new.
This is new. This is a trial. All right, so...
And so are these, and they're bloody good. We're not getting paid, but they're good. Oh,
and I want you to tell me what this reminded you of. It's got something to do with the cruise that we're on. Ready? Here it is.
You didn't tell me that I had to think.
Yeah, there's always thinking involved. Now, look at this picture. What does it remind you of? There was a...
Oh, that was a really good-looking girl. And
No. No.
I wasn't that.
No.
No.
It's something to do with someone who was peeking through the window at us.
Was it a duck?
And he was...
Peking duck?
All right, can we go creeping me out? Does that give you a hint?
No, give me a bit more. I drink a lot when I'm on holiday, so...
We were in the Explorer bar.
Yeah.
On the Explorer.
Yeah, I remember some guy.
Some dude creeping us out.
Yeah.
What was it?
I don't know.
Do you remember? You really were.
I don't know. Give me some more. I do remember some guy.
All right, Adam.
Oh, was it Adam?
Yeah, remember every time you went to the toilet, there was these little windows in the Explorer bar.
Oh, right. He wasn't doing it. He was doing it intentionally. It wasn't an actual creep. It was someone that we'd met who was mucking around.
But he'd just stand there and he'd look through the little window of the Explorer bar and he'd wait. And it was just like, it was this fun thing.
Yeah.
We were just creeping each other out. It was, And there were two people that we met on the cruise who were absolutely lovely. And they have a... They do like the coastal warriors. They live up Port Macquarie way in Australia, and they do the coastal warriors, and they do a huge thing with cleaning up the oceans and looking after the marine life up there,
protecting wildlife. Yeah,
and cleaning up the beaches. So
they do a great job.
They're doing fantastic work.
Are they watching? Are they going to watch?
I don't know, maybe. if you're watching,
miss you guys.
We'll try not to creep you out.
yeah. That's interesting because I'm going to go back to the cruise again because. Probably the first 3 cruises that we did, we have met some amazing people. Yeah, we have. And how about this story? We've got 2 quick stories. Can I go? Can I? The first cruise we ever went on, we had our little group of people that we were with, which obviously we're the best of mates. And as we went under the Sydney Harbour, Alison's doing some filming and she's catching these people strangers around us, and we're all woohoo! Later on in the cruise, we all become amazing friends. And then we come home, we look at our photos, and they're in the photos that we were the very first day.
It's those things, it was meant to be.
Yeah.
You kind of,
Now, the very next cruise that we go on, we meet some other people, and we're sitting there talking to them, and they ended up being the best friends of the people that we met on the first cruise. How does that happen? Amazing. So... Yeah.
And just so that here's a picture of us leaving Sydney. You can tell how excited we are when we all get together and we're heading out.
Yeah. Good fun.
It was a fantastic holiday,
Good fun.
Had a lot of fun. All right, so let's remove that one.
That's plenty. He does the Friday frothy with me.
He does. You might recognise him
every Friday night, guys. Get on Friday frothy. If you like the sports, that is.
Okay. All right. Next picture.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I can... I'm not going to be able to stump you with anything because you just...
Well, you already have, because I didn't...
All right.
What's
tell me about this one, Jeff. I'll just get this one up.
Well, that's me half naked in a pool.
No.
What's going on here?
I want you to explain this one to me. I know this isn't technically a holiday, but you're in the holiday spirit.
Well, I'm wearing a hat.
Yeah, but there's funny story connected to this.
I was blowing motorboat sounds with my good mate.
You are so good at telling stories. No wonder you suck on it in the Friday frothy.
What do you mean?
I talk sport but no stories.
See, this is what happens when you put me onto a program and don't give me any update of what's going to happen. It was hot. It was Christmas, and we were swimming in the pool because it was really, really hot at Christmas time.
Yeah, it was a great pool that we had.
How did I go? Did I win?
Yeah, there was you and Tim.
Yeah, and we were doing motorboats in the water.
I don't know why I bother sometimes. All right, we're out of that one. That's just...
What do you got for me? What is it all about?
Hey?
What's that got to do with anything?
Well, you look kind of... I was just... I was actually looking at it as a way of sort of... Hang on a minute. Whoop, sorry. I nearly got us out of there. All right, here we go. Line yourself up.
Right.
Ready? Look at the difference. smile, frown, smile, frown. Alright, we shall. Oh no, we're not going to rename that one. We're going to remove it and we'll go to a different one. Okay, dokie. Yes, I do want to remove the image.
So, what's your favourite holiday?
My favourite holiday? That's a good question. Let me think on that a little bit.
No, you put me under pressure, so you should be on the same.
My favourite holiday?
Is it cruising? Is it flying to a destination? Is it camping? Is it...
I really like...
Is it working in the yard?
That's a holiday. That's what I usually do on my holidays.
You've got a bit of that coming up, let me tell you.
Cradle Mountain, Tasmania. I really like.
Love it.
That was probably one of my favourites.
That's my favourite.
Especially during June, July in the snow.
It's not really a holiday though, is it? It's just a quick getaway.
It is a quick getaway.
If you're in Tasmania at any stage, or if you live here in Tasmania, go to Cradle Mountain in the winter time. Just go for a couple of days. Just a couple of days.
As for the holidays, I mean, the most significant holiday that we ever had was when we were living in Brisbane, and then we drove down here for a holiday. We did 3 weeks around Tassie, and then when we got back, we'd actually decided we'd uproot everything and move here to live. And that was 11 years ago. So made a huge
That's 12 years ago, but anyway.
Was it 12? No, we moved down in 2007.
Whatever.
Add it up. That's what you just said to me before. Alright. What am I doing here? I'm going to try and find another image of something. Here's a place. Oh, it's a bit big. We'll see if we can get it down a bit smaller.
Jeez, you're hurting me.
Why?
Tessellated pavement.
No. Ooh,
Bluestone Bay.
Sorry. I'm moving us away again.
Is it Tasmania?
Well, no one's seen it yet. Hang on a minute. I'll put it up here. All right.
Is it Tasmania?
There we go. Yeah.
Is it Bluestone Bay?
It is Bluestone Bay.
Coles Bay.
Yep. Down at on the Freycinet coast. And this is a really it's a bit of a hideaway little spot, this one, isn't it? Because you go into Freycinet like Coles Bay, and then you take a little 4-wheel drive track.
You got to have a parks pass.
It doesn't matter. Everywhere you go down here, you need to have a parks pass, and you can buy a yearly one, or if you're down here for a month, you pay for a monthly one. The yearly one costs about $100. Don't wing it.
Don't.
No, the Rangers will come after you, like the Rangers in that Christmas movie. Remember the?
Yeah, Tonto.
No.
I was the Lone Ranger. Sorry.
It was Elf. Remember the Rangers in the New York in
Yeah. I was thinking
the Rangers were coming.
Yeah, I was thinking of the Lone Ranger.
Well, that's the Rangers I think of when you're in Tasmanian national parks and you don't pay. They're the ones that'll come after you. The ones that are in Central Park in that movie, they'll be heading down your way.
So what's your theme here tonight? You're talking cruising, you're talking Tasmania. What?
I'm just
Australian holidays, overseas holidays.
General rubbish. What are you on top?
Well, we're not talking about Tasmania. I mean. Come to Tassie and see the place because it's absolutely amazing.
But this is a gorgeous little spot.
But don't stay. We don't need more people.
Oh, I don't know. You're just being very rude.
Tasmania's a beautiful place to visit.
Don't stay.
Don't stay.
According to Jeff, Tasmania is beautiful. Come and visit, but don't stay.
It is. I'm not a world traveller. But I have travelled most of Australia and all of Tasmania.
This isn't Tasmania, but I want to see if you can remember this. Where are we? What were we doing?
Oh, goodness.
Oh, God. There's significant events to me.
It's someone's wedding then.
It's not someone's wedding.
We're at Grindelwald.
No.
We're at... I don't know. What am I feeding you?
That's the clue.
Oh, that's a good clue because I have no idea. This is fun. I hope you guys are enjoying this because I'm bloody not.
Come on, Jeff.
It's like you've just put me in on the stage.
All right, we're in Melbourne. I'll give you that.
Yeah, that was good fun.
We're in Melbourne.
Yeah, we're probably going to football.
No, I think we were going to the Crown actually.
Oh, it's just over there.
Yeah, just over there.
Melbourne.
If anyone says to you, if you're in Melbourne and somebody and you go, where's such and such, and they go, just over there. Punch them in the face. No, don't do that. That's violent. But that's what you feel like doing by the time you get to that particular spot.
Punch them in the face.
Because you just walk. That's just, I don't know how many Ks. Next time I go, I'm going to make sure I put one of those.
Melbourne has the best public transport in Australia.
And it's free now, our metro.
Yeah. But
yep,
every time I go there, my feet bleed because we just walk.
Not as bad as my feet bled that time we were in Sydney.
Yeah, you cried all day.
I did.
What a sook.
I actually got in the gutter and sat down in the heavy traffic and just sat on the gutter and just cried. And it was all because we couldn't find the coals.
So you wanted some milk?
I wanted some milk so that I could have my rice bubbles in the morning.
That is sad.
And I'm sobbing in the gutter because we'd done 25k and it was like a half marathon. It was a half marathon of walking. And there was no way I could take another step to go and get
I can't tell you
do anything else.
How good
Not bad, are they?
How great.
Anyway, you still haven't told me what I'm doing here.
You're eating something out of my hands.
Okay, think about it. We're at the...
Oh, God, does anyone care?
I do. We're at the Crown.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to a place, a little Chinese place, and we bought a container of something. Oh, gee, you're hopeless. I don't know why I'm still married to you. Bloody hell, 20 years, you've forgotten everything. It's octopus.
Oh, yeah, right, squid. That was fun, wasn't it, viewers? It was worth waiting for, wasn't it?
Try and do, some memory stuff.
Can someone please do me a chat of what the score is on the cricket at the moment? Brisbane's playing the Hurricanes, but I don't think it's on TV.
No, I won't do that one. Hang on, cancel that. What else do I have here?
What's your favourite destination in the Pacific Islands so far?
What would that be?
Come on.
Oh, that's really hard.
No, it's not.
It is.
I've only been to 5 islands. 3 times.
Yeah, all right. My favourite's Port Vila.
Well, why would that be? Let's talk about Port Vila. Here we go. Bit of cruise talk.
My favourite is Port Vila.
Why is Port Vila? Port Vila.
That's new.
Bougainvillea. Why is Port Vila your favourite?
Port Vila is my favourite because because it's got so much to do there. There's so many places to go. The people are absolutely beautiful. But when you first get there, look, if you've turned up in the boat and you've never ever been there before,
it's scary.
Yeah, it was, and they had to do something about it. But basically what would happen is you'd go up through the markets, and when you got to the end, there'd be a whole bunch of men who were driving the taxis and cars and huge, great big men. And they were all vying for your business. So in terms of vying for your business, they're all shouting and yelling over the top of one another at every single person coming out.
And grabbing you.
Come
with me, come with me.
Yeah. So I was grabbed and sort of dragged away to negotiate a price where I wanted to go and all the rest of it. Now, there was no danger involved, but if you were the sort of person who was a bit intimidated by that, you get quite frightened.
I'm not a small bloke, and I'm not frightened easy. And I wasn't frightened. I just didn't like it. I hate not hecklers. I hate people being in that situation, and I just wanted to go back. It
happens everywhere, and I can understand why.
I wanted to get back on the boat.
It's so competitive.
That's all I wanted to do. I didn't even want to go to Vila. I had enough. I just want to turn around. Let's get back on the boat. This is really peeing me off.
And to make it worse, we'd met up with a whole group of people, new people. So when we walked off the boat, there was 10 of us. Like there's 10 all wanting to
take that off.
Hey?
Take that off.
Yeah,
it's annoying me.
No worries.
Yeah.
There was 10 of us that were all trying to negotiate at the same time. We probably just sort of should have got one spokesman and actually had.
Yeah.
Anyway, there is a funny bit to that story though, because at the same time as having all the taxis and the buses, they had the guys who were doing the water taxis. And they, where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? Anyway, we said we wanted to go over because in Port Vila they got a really great duty-free shop with really, really cheap alcohol. So we all said, into town. Oh, best thing is the boat. So we hopped in this little boat. It's this tiniest little one. Anyway, it was all loaded up. And we thought we're just about to get away as they're pushing all the other boats out of the way to make it through.
There's about that much, from
we're
the
that
water,
far from water line.
Level.
And
going over.
The whistle, back you come, and there was like 3 more people sitting on the bow, and over we go into town. But it was $5 each. They make a pretty good profit out of it.
No life jackets. No life jackets. So don't get in the boat if you can't swim.
I was actually thinking, I said, I'm going to have to take a dip in a minute. I can swim, so I had no problem.
We were okay.
Plenty of people
but we had a couple of people with us, elderly people, who wouldn't be able to swim.
No.
So if something had happened, they were gone or in trouble. Well, we would have had to save them. But mind you, the second time we went to Port Vila was completely different because we knew what we were doing.
Yeah.
I got off the boat. I was very assertive with the locals and said, what did I say? I said, this is where we want to go. How much are you going to charge me? How long have you been driving for? And the guy, I've been driving for 15 years or whatever it was. Can you drive? Are you safe? You've got to ask that question because some of them aren't. And he ended up being fantastic, didn't he?
Yeah, Charles. Was it? Oh no, that was Isle of Pines with Charles, wasn't it?
Oh, I don't remember.
No, I think it was Charles.
He was in charge, Charles.
And there was 4 of us, and we got him to drive us all the way across the island to the Blue Lagoon, and then we were talking to him about where to go for the waterfalls. Want to go to Cascade, and he says no. He says there's a local one owned by the locals here called the Rarafu Falls, I think it was.
No.
And we went in there. You pay your entry fee, which I think was really quite cheap. I think it was about $8 each or something, I think. And then, you got fed some local foods and you could go to the waterfall. It was a bit cool that day, but they had all the big, those big blow-up tire-y things, so you could actually float around, near the waterfall.
Yeah, it probably wasn't as spectacular as the other one. But
possibly,
but we were contributing to the locals, and that's always a good thing.
So we went there, and then he took us... where did we go from there? We went all the way back into town. I think there was another stop somewhere else. Oh, that was funny. We had we stopped in at the markets because and this was the fruit and veg market, and Adam was with us and he's bought himself a coconut, and we got the ladies, they cut it out and give him the coconut, put the straw in it and what have you, and then once he'd finished drinking all the milk, he wanted to eat all the coconut flesh inside, so. The ladies at the markets he asked, and they just chopped it in half and gave it to him anyway. Him and Beck are in the back of the cab trying to scrape it with their fingernails. And then all of a sudden, we're up on the curb. Like the taxi cab driver's just gone, or Charles has gone up on the curb.
Charles?
And he's got his knife out. We're like, oh shit, he's going to kill us. And he just said, give me the coconut.
I can't handle this anymore.
He had the coconut there, and he sat there and he shaved the coconut because he said, I couldn't stand it anymore trying to watch you eat this coconut.
It's funny. It's funny. Very good.
Bloody hilarious.
Very good. So Port Vila, that's your pick.
Yeah, I really like Port Vila, and I wish we were going this trip actually. I know that Murray is going to be fantastic, but I'm really sad that we're not. I would have liked to have gone to Port Vila and maybe not Nemea, as much as I love Nemea as well. But I'm just. That's probably my disappointment for this one, but it's not a huge disappointment.
You know what my disappointment is? We're going to any islands at all because I couldn't even care.
Well, that's. Just...
I wouldn't even care if I didn't get off the boat. I was just going to relax and enjoy myself, and that's my feelings of the cruise. I don't care if I have to see them, especially because I've seen them before. That's all. But yeah. I don't really care if I get off the boat or not. But Lifu, not overly impressed.
Lifu is beautiful.
The first time was great.
Lifu is beautiful.
The
second time was the weather. The weather blew up, and because really you just on the boat to the jetty, and then it's all swimming, and there's all coral, and you can swim pretty much right there.
But it's rough.
Side of the boat.
You can't do it.
Yeah, if it's blown in, which it had done that one, you couldn't actually get in. It was too uncomfortable.
Yeah, it wasn't really good.
And the other thing with Lifu is. That's the trouble with the tenders is because the tide, and if the tide goes out, they can only fit 50 people on the tender boat because it sinks it down and weights it and actually hits the reef.
Geez, you take a lot of attention. You pay attention to these things.
I do.
I wouldn't know that.
I do, yeah. So they can only fit a certain number of people, so the trips take much longer because of that.
Do you recommend Jeanette Bay paying the $15, $18
absolutely.
What it is you do? No good for kids because it's you've got to.
Unless they can swim. If they can swim, it's
well, sorry, I'm talking little kids. I'm talking little kids.
Yeah,
you've got to walk down. You've got to walk down a stairway, and then you you can sort of get off into some little shallow water.
Yeah, it was probably just above my knees.
Not much.
Yeah.
And then it's deep water, and
that was low tide when we actually walked in.
And they don't allow you to stand on the coral. Nope. They're standing and yelling at you, hey, swim.
Yeah,
so,
no standing on the coral.
But it was worth it. It was.
They do have the good thing was I'd actually brought my pool noodle, and you might have saw that in a video that I posted previously with my top 5 things to take on the islands, but. I had my own pool noodle with me, but they did have some there, and that was really helpful because it's quite deep. And they have boys around, and you can swim. And they
won't be boys anymore. They'll have to be. Sorry.
And,
sorry.
And it's really quite deep. And if you have to stop, and readjust your snorkel or defog you.
You got to tread water.
Yeah, you have to either tread water, which is fine. I can do that, but it's so much easier laying back on a pool noodle.
Take flippers. That's my advice.
Yeah,
Take flippers.
That's probably the biggest things. The currents, weren't they big? They were huge there.
The first time we went, it wasn't so bad. The second time, there was real strong currents, and we had trouble. Staying in the one location, you just swept down the beach.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, the Gold Coast can be a bit like that too, but I don't think I've experienced it as much on the Gold Coast as what I did when I was on the islands.
No, Mystery Island was really bad.
Yeah, it was. So you'd hop in, and within 2 minutes, you'd be down the other end of the beach, easy. Like, I've never been drifted as quickly as I have there.
Another word of warning for new travellers going to the Pacific Islands: just be careful as the tide goes out, because you'll be swimming around and you're swimming over all the coral, and as the tide goes out, it's so easy to cut yourself as you're swimming over, because you don't have good vision with your goggles, and it's pretty hard sometimes, because the tide will make you go over coral that you can't see. And so you've got to have your wits about you. We
saw a guy actually coming out of Lifu.
Yeah, covered in blood.
Well, he was, and he's had a huge, big chunk of coral hanging out the back of his leg. And I don't know if it's true. I think it is true that if you get coral, you actually have to have it removed and also because it will grow in your body, but also it's covered in a lot of bacteria, which can cause a lot of infection as well, so you have to have it properly cleaned. So he would have been off down to the doctor's, a bit of an expensive thing on the boat if you have to go and see the doctor on the boat.
We saw him a couple of nights later in the bar having a drink, and there was a couple of clownfish.
He had some claws.
They were following him.
Claws on his hands.
Who are they, clownfish on the movie? What are they called?
Nemo.
Yeah, they were following him. Don't know how that happened, but it did.
He was starting to grow scars.
Yeah. So
it's turning into the reef.
So Lifu. A bit of a walk up to the church if you're into that sort of thing. It's a very nice view.
If you're into it.
You get a good photo.
There's nothing in the church.
No, it's walking. That's what I'm talking about. If you're into walking,
yeah, up the hill, there's lots of great places to walk around.
Good photo shot of the boat or the ship. If you're up on the church, it takes about 10 minutes to get up there. It takes probably 15 minutes. It takes 10 minutes to get to Janek Bay by foot. There's also a cave.
It's really easy to walk. So if you ever go over that way and you're at Lifu, don't worry about cabs and buses and stuff.
Unless you're
going further into the township.
But you'll have to do
on the other side.
To do that. So yeah.
But you just walk straight through, up the hill to the market, up the road.
Let's talk Noumea.
Noumea.
Everyone hates Noumea. Everyone I know hates Noumea, and we had a really good time.
You know what I really think it is? I think it's the language barrier.
Oui.
I think it is. People might disagree with me. If you disagree with me, that's fine.
If Glenn was here,
let me know.
If Glenn was here, he'd be saying "sat platform one" right now. But anyway,
I know.
I don't think it is. Look, the town's dirty, but they're fixing it up. No, they're fixing it up.
Can I just say something?
Half the town now is beautiful.
It's the Pacific Islands in the middle of the Pacific, and we're just stating the bleeding obvious. I know that.
Yeah.
But you've also got to remember they are in a part of the world where they are constantly getting hit by cyclones.
Yeah.
Now, on our first cruise, we'd come in just after Yasi had come through.
Yeah.
And Irikiki Resort, I think it was, in Port Vila, all these big yachts and boats and things like that were all just smashed up against the side of the island. They're constantly in a state of repair when they get hit by these great big storms coming through.
No.
So people say, it's dirty. Well, no wonder.
Well, it's not. No. Let me finish the story. It used to be dirty, but they're building all these new buildings through town, and it's gorgeous. They're doing a fantastic job. It's all these new shops.
Yeah, it does look good.
Last time we were there, half of town was done, and the other half of town was a bit dodgy.
We'll certainly be able to. When we go there this year, we'll certainly do a video up and we'll show you Noumea and how it's
very expensive though, guys. Got to tell you, very, very expensive.
Those francs, my God.
A friend of mine just went there and he flew there and had a holiday, and I can't remember what he was telling me. It was something like it was $30 for 2 beers and it was $25 for a Jack Daniels in a glass.
The Aussie conversion rate
really
is pretty
expensive.
Crap.
And it makes you wonder, because if you're on a cruise and everything's included, or your food and your drink and everything like that, and you get off to Noumea and you have a walk around, get back on the boat, have your lunch, have some drinks, and then sort of head back out again. That's my theory anyway.
But you know what? Their supermarkets at Noumea are called casinos. And if you do a bit of a transfer of some money while you're on the boat and take some francs with you. And I think we took 100 francs, something ridiculous with us.
No,
didn't need to.
No.
But we stopped in at the casino, the supermarket. Actually, it was really interesting just walking around the supermarket and seeing what's available for the locals to purchase in their shopping.
Al tried to order in a French accent. Can you do it? Can you do it now?
I said, I think I had un éclair, s'il vous plaît. Like, it was just...
It was so embarrassing. I ran.
But you know what? I walked out of the patisserie with what I wanted, so it was okay. I did a lot of pointing and grunting, and I managed it. It was funnier at the supermarket when I came out.
Funnier?
It was funnier.
Oh.
Funnier. Because it is quite cheap. You can actually, if you go to the supermarket, like I was saying, and you grab yourself some rolls and some meat and stuff for a picnic, you'd probably come out of it really quite well, honestly. Like it was pretty cheap. And when I got to the checkout, that was when the fun began, because she's asked me all these questions in French, and I can't understand the names for money and stuff. But I just handed her something, and I got some change back, and
not a lot of people that I spoke to actually spoke. Well, I didn't speak to them because I didn't speak English. So there's a big language barrier in Noumea. There are a lot of French-speaking people, and
I'd love to be able to speak. I learned it right through. English. You know, I learned it till I was in grade 12 at high school, don't you? But then the thing is that you don't use it, you lose it.
That's it. Mystery Island.
Mysteries.
Favourite island, personally, me.
And why is it called Mystery Island? Can you remember the story?
Oh, because it's just a mystery.
No. Because it had something to do with Queen Elizabeth. She was over visiting the islands, the Loyalty Islands, and she was on Mystery Island at the time.
Yes.
And there was a news item, and they were asking, "Where is the Queen? Where is the Queen?" And somebody said she's on a mystery island, and then it got called Mystery Island. But it's actually really quite taboo. No one lives on the island at all.
No,
it's
but I would.
It's got a pretty. People are scared to be on the island.
It's got a landing strip as well.
It does have a landing strip, but in the morning when you get, because we got over there on the island pretty early. And you can see all the locals, they all turn up with their boats. They bring everything to the island while the cruise ship's in. But no one stays on the island at night time. They all
But it's beautiful. It is so beautiful. The water is just crystal clear. It's probably the clearest.
It's like being in a swimming pool, isn't it?
Yeah.
With goggles on. It really is.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it in my life.
White sand. Compared to Lifu, Lifu's got a coral beach, so you can't walk on the beach without shoes on. It'll just cut your feet. Oh, hello. What's going on here?
Just topping up.
Yeah, you're giving the wrong impression to everyone, aren't you?
What impression is that?
I don't know. You're drinking champagne and I'm eating bloody pea snaps.
I didn't realise I was trying to be impressionable.
So yeah, when you go to Lifu, guys, I can stop saying guys. When you go to Lifu, the beaches there are just all broken coral, and it's quite funny if you want to sit there and watch people trying to go in for a swim who don't have any shoes because.
Don't wear thongs and try and go through coral.
Oh, you can.
You look like an idiot.
As long as you get away with it.
No, you don't. You need something that's strapped on your foot pretty well.
Yeah, well.
Because the thongs,
it's sharp.
Have you ever walked through? You should have. You're Australian. You would have walked through beach.
Yeah, mate.
In your thongs in the water.
Yeah.
You know what a thong does?
Yeah. It's like underpants.
You're not American.
For a woman.
There's no way you can walk through water in thongs.
Is that the only beach that has a coral?
No, they've all got it.
No. Mystery Island's okay.
Isle of Pines is okay.
Mystery Island's okay.
Yeah, Mystery Island's got a it's broken coral. It's actually like it's
shell.
It's very coarse shell beach.
But it won't cut your feet.
It shouldn't. But it can
make
your feet.
It's really only Lifu who's got the coral.
Lifu, Port Vila.
We didn't swim in Port Vila. Oh yeah, we did. We went to that island.
Yes, we did. Yes, that's right.
And we couldn't swim because there was too much coral.
And Noumea's the same.
What was that Hideaway Island we went to? And we couldn't. And it was fantastic, that place, for, well, so we believe, for snorkeling. Yeah. But we couldn't get in because the coral was just that sharp. We couldn't walk down.
We didn't bring our shoes with us.
No.
It was silly. We left them at home.
But would we go back there again? No.
I would.
Hideaway Island?
Yeah, and here's a tip. Here's a hot tip. Hot tip for the live feed tonight. For those of you who are cruisers. If you are going to so what happens is you get a lot of the drivers who will meet you at Port Vila and ask you where you want to go will often take you to their village, which is fair enough because they have all their family, selling at the stalls and whatever, and it's the way that they make their livelihood, so there's nothing wrong with that. But Hideaway is really interesting because they'll take you to the pub There's a little pub, there's a beach where you can swim, there's lots of markets, and so there's nothing wrong with where they take you. But if you want to get the little ferry boat across to Hideaway Island, that's free, but you have to pay to be on the island because there's a resort sitting there, and this is the problem. They have these... No, it was something ridiculous, like $20 each.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it was really...
You paid it.
Yeah, it was really
I wouldn't
expensive.
have paid $20.
It's really, really expensive. And then you go to the resort bar, and then I think I bought a Tuskers at the time. I think it was Tuskers, and then I think that cost me about $10.
Yeah, everything's dear.
Yeah, and I just thought... And the stupid thing was, the tide was out, so when we came back to the other little beach, Jeff and Glenn, that we had friends who were over there, and we needed to get back to the boat, and they actually walked over to Hideaway Island. So, in all honesty, you didn't need to get the ferry or...
Well, the boat was free anyway, so what is it?
Yeah. But but the boat takes you to a jetty, and you have to walk through and pay. So you're stuck, regardless. And I just thought that was really quite rude, because there's nothing that's signed to say that when you get to the other side, you have to actually pay all this money.
If you're going to go to Hideaway Island and pay, you've got to go there to snorkel. Because the snorkels, I believe the snorkeling's worth it.
Yeah.
We didn't snorkel, as I said, because we didn't have shoes, so we couldn't get down to
So
the water.
And
we wasted our money.
I think you had to pay for a chair as well.
Oh, I don't remember the chairs.
Yeah, they had these chairs. So we basically went over, had a beer, sat on a bench, and then came back. Had we have taken our snorkel gear, I reckon it would have been a different story. I wouldn't have mind paying the $20 and did a bit of a snorkel around. That would have been fine.
I've seen some footage of people snorkeling around there, and it's supposed to be pretty good.
Yeah, so that was our big Pacific one. I'm just trying to think of what other things we did. I'm a bit worried on this next one, because this is going to be our... How many times have we been on the Jewel now? This is our 4th time on the Pacific Jewel. And we did one on the Explorer. So the one coming up is going to be our 4th. The one was the Explorer. And Pia, they don't change their shows very often. So I'm a little bit worried that we're going to be stuck watching Off the Charts and...
I just won't go.
a few others this time around. It's going to be a bit of a challenge.
I'll stay at the bar. You can go and watch the shows.
Yeah.
Shows are good though. They're enjoyable.
Yeah,
they're pretty good.
They're not bad. We worked the Jersey Boys once. They were great, and they had some girls who were doing like a barbershop. Yeah. Old time barbershop.
Funny thing is,
which was fantastic.
If you've never been on a cruise before, all the guys that work on stage and do all the shows and everything, you'll find them late at night in the bars doing stuff. And are they working, or are they're just mingling with the crowd and having fun? And...
Yeah, well, they're guests on the boat as much as anyone else. So you do bump into people who are around on the boat.
You're not just befriending friends, people who are on the cruise. You're also friending the staff on the cruise as well. So
it's really good.
We had a great on our last cruise on Explorer.
Sorry, just checking how long. Doesn't say how long.
No,
that's okay.
No, we called him Sachin because he was from India and he loved cricket, and we just spoke to him every time we went to the Dome. Glenn and I. We'd up there, and it was just Sachin, and yeah, he was amazing. So
Dome was good fun,
and the drinks are so strong. And here's another myth I'm going to bust. People say to me all the time, "Oh, the drinks are watered down." No, the drinks are watered down. Well, not on my cruises.
The cocktails, I agree to some extent with everyone who says that, because
the cocktails,
they had these little glasses, like they're shaped like a woman's body.
Yeah, but they'd be like $5
The first thing they do is sit there and they get a great big scoop of ice and they go, the ice goes in, and then a bit of syrup and then a bit of whatever. Yeah. By the time you've finished, like you're sucking away at this thing and the ice is melting at the same time, you've basically had a cup of ice and a nip.
Yeah.
So for those people who say, you can't get pissed on cocktails.
Excuse me. Drunk.
Well, drunk. If you go to the Aussie P&O cruise site, that's what they do say.
Yeah.
But
you wouldn't get that language on the Friday Frothy.
No.
Anyway.
But yeah, no, of course you're not, because you're hydrating with the ice that's in the drinks. Different story when you're up on the
You can't water down a bottle of Corona that they've just opened. Can you?
And the thing is that when you walk up to the bar, especially down the back of the Oasis, you can order an actual stubby of beer. So there's nothing wrong with those.
And
drinks.
You can taste the amount of spirits in a spirit.
Yeah.
Like I drink a lot of ouzo late at night, and man, they're strong. They're so strong.
Especially up at the Dome. There's something else I was talking about there. There was something that we did. I can't remember.
Well, I think you're about to lose me because I'm heading off to the cricket.
You're going to head to the cricket?
Oh, sorry, I have a span on you. Yeah.
Great, thanks for that.
That's all right.
That's sharing's caring, is it?
Well, that's what we do. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's me gone. Al can stay here and talk as long as you want.
Well,
but,
I'm probably going to head off too. I think this has been a good test.
An introduction.
An introduction to a live stream. If you've enjoyed, if you've watched it, I know that we've done this very impromptu, so no one knew it was coming up, so there hasn't been a lot of chat.
Neither did I.
No, neither did Jeff. I just sort of got him in here. But if you've enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up or a like after if you're watching it after the fact.
Al, I'm sorry to interrupt, but that's what I do. On our very first cruise, we were so worried, weren't we? We were worried about what to pack. We were worried about everything about the cruise and how it worked. But seriously, anyone out there, if you've watched this and you've enjoyed it, and you know we're only 5 cruises in, but we've got a fair bit of knowledge of what's happening in cruising. Send us some comments. Ask Al. She'll be here next time. I won't be. I'll be at the cricket. But yeah, ask us because it's nothing to worry about. It's not a scary time and it's really easy. You don't need to pack a stack of stuff.
No. And we'll do a few videos of packing and stuff like that as the weeks go on.
But we did, didn't we? We really freaked out worrying about, what do we do? Do we need to take their money? Yeah. Oh, do we have to speak their language? Oh, how much? Now all I take is 5 pair of undies and 2 shirts. That's it.
I was going to go into a story then, but I won't.
Good.
I'm going to let that one go.
Good.
But like I was saying, give us a thumbs up.
Okay, llamas.
Give us a thumbs up. That's good English, yeah. Give us a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video. If you've got any questions, comment below. Notification bells there for other videos as they come available. And again, thank you, and it probably won't be another video until after Christmas, so a big Merry Christmas to every single one of you. Thanks again to all subscribers, all the viewers, especially if you've been here for the long haul. I really, really appreciate it.
And if you like,
check out the Friday Frothy if you like your sports.
Just a bit of fun.
New channel coming up.
Bit of fun.
I'll put the link in below after this video is finished.
Yeah.
And enjoy your break with your families, and we shall see you again for probably a New Year's special, I believe. I might even go live again.
Buy some of them for Christmas. They're bloody great. Oh, your decorations.
In the meantime, any questions, drop us a line, and we'll get back to you. Otherwise, farewell. Thank you very much for joining us.
Oh, it's been lovely talking to you.
It's been great, Jeff. It's been freaking great. All right, off we go.
Bye, everyone. Bye.